This is where I have 4 antique booths. I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you the booths that I have and the kind of merchandise that I sell in my booths. This is my first booth. It's where I keep all my collectible stuff. It's your superheroes, your toys, comic books, signs, movies, DVDs, CDs. This is probably one of my mainstays here. We do about $1,000 a month in sales out of my 4 booths. Right here's a whole bunch of DVDs. There's CDs there. If you come around over here, I've got some records on the floor, some VCR tapes. I sell a lot of like kids VCR tapes, Disney movies, Pokemon, stuff like that. Mr. Mean, Captain America staring at us. Bunch more DVDs, CDs. I don't know how many CDs that holds, but I just brought a ton in. That's all CDs. Got Batman mask. That's pretty cool. Toys. Books. Got some neat books here. Some Star Wars stuff. Picked that up at Goodwill. More Star Wars stuff. Couple of records. Bundles of CDs. Nerf guns. Sell them pretty good. Wrestlers. Looks like they're having a match. More stuff. Got a good deal on these. $2.50 a piece. I bought these in bulk. I've got cases of those. Bought them in bulk. Paid like 30 cents a pack. Selling for $2.50 a pack. A little bit of comics I have left. Been selling a ton of those. More Star Wars stuff. Spider-Man. Winnie the Pooh. And Tigger 2. Look at that right there. That is so cool. So that is pretty much this booth and everything in it. So the next booth I'll take you to will be right down the road. It's one that I share with one of my best friends, trying to get him into the game. So here we go. We'll be going right down here. This is the booth that me and my buddy share. He has this half. He's selling a lot of media. It sells really good in this antique mall. DVDs, toys, electronics. This is my half. I've got these old nasty chairs. They've got to go. A couple old jars of jewelry. That's one of the things that I do is I'll take like lots of jewelry. I'll put them in a jar, tape it up, and sell it like that. Got that idea from the Goodwill store. I do a lot of books, a lot of media, things that people want. I've got a ton of books for sale here. I've got more books. Pretty much in this booth, that is all I have. And sell a ton of it. So I'll take you to my third booth. Here we go. This is my third booth that I have stuff for sale in. This is kind of like the dump booth. I put all kinds of stuff in it that I have nowhere else to go. I try to keep themes in my booths, and this is the one that the theme is just stuff. I bought this rack here, and whenever I find sunglasses at yard sales, I buy them. And then I price them real cheap, bring them in here. I got a box of medical gloves. I've got this nice cabinet. It's just pretty cool. Bunch of fedora hats. Bought them cheap. More packs of cards. This is something that I love to do here. Mystery lots. What I've done here is I've taken a bunch of records. I don't look through them. I don't know anything about records. Don't care. I put them in there and tape it up, and I ship it, or I tape it up and I bring it up here and I sell it. Now the important thing to do is to put, if this is open, do not sell it. It's important, because if not, people open it up and they'll look through it, and then you can have to, then you have to be angry. I do the same thing over here. I've got this mystery box full of, this has got DVDs in it and stuff like that. 12 bucks, cheap. This booth is really looking peaked. I do a lot of electronics. I guarantee all my electronics, you can take it home. You got 24 hours to test them out, bring it back, and if it doesn't work, I will give you your money back on it. No questions asked. Couple of nice stereo units. I've got, that's a Sony, another Sony. Techniques, a couple Techniques pieces. Mark McGuire, pretty cool. Got some Hot Wheels in here. Coke sign. Jesus, this is really cool here. This is a Marvel, framed Marvel poster. And then I've got the old Ben Cooper Batman. That's really cool. This booth isn't too impressive, but it is what I have to offer. The insulators, I buy them cheap, put them in here. People use them for decor purposes. Perfumes, a couple of old World War II canteens, advertisement piece. I wish someone would buy that display case. Lamps, motorcycle helmet. And that's my booth. So I'm going to take you and show you one more booth. I have a glass case, and we'll go look at it. This is my final booth. I have a lot of interesting stuff. It's a glass case. I rent the whole case, and the bottom shelf is empty. I keep video game consoles in there normally, and they're high theft items, so I keep them down there so that nobody can take them. I put packs of ball cards in here. Reproduction. We've got several reproduction, like Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle. You can buy them offline real cheap, and then people just love to have them. They're never going to own the card, so it's just cool to offer. The picture frames, I told you in another video that I find pictures online and I print them out and put them in them really cool old frames. That's Maryland, iconic piece. Autograph balls, St. Louis Cardinals. I sell a lot of digital cameras, small electronics, sword. The mall has a rule that you can't have sharp objects in your booth unless you have a glass case. There's Elvis. Then there's a hand-signed Ernest Tubb. Kind of cool piece there. The old denture print. I don't know, somebody had some gnarly teeth. Couple of little video game stuff, crucifix, soda bottles, and that's it. This is pretty much how I run my business in the antique mall. Advertisement. So like, if you aren't in an area that has antique malls, it really sucks, because I make good money here. Out of my 4 booths, I pay probably about 160 bucks a month rent, and we normally hit about $1,000 a month. And my personally, what I do is when I buy an item, I'll either like for $1 item, I'll put 5 on it, but normally I multiply it by 3. I don't care what it sells for on eBay. If I buy something and bring it into the mall, that's pretty much how I do it. I multiply by 3 or 4. So that's been my booth. There's my buddy Jerry. How you doing, handsome?
The camera.
That's the camera. This is the guy that
you
shares.
Going dirty words, so you won't put it on your page.
This, I can bleep him out. This is the guy that shares my booth with me. He's my bodyguard. I take him with me because he's like 17 feet tall, and he hits like a freaking heavyweight boxer. So this is my booth. So if you're ever in Farmington, Missouri, come check me out. You guys have a good day. Like and subscribe. Bye.